Hi there! So today I want to talk a little bit about integrity and sticking or keeping our word, and I'm going to give some very personal examples today to share, to illustrate, or to explain how I'm going to do this for myself, right? So what's been happening is that some of my habits have been slipping, right? I'd like to think of myself as a healthy person, and I've had this mantra, especially at the beginning of my healing journey when I was still struggling with eating disorders, or just any healthy choices about me just did not exist. So I had that mantra saying to myself that I am a person who makes healthy choices. Well, if you would open my cupboard, my food cupboard right now, you would find some packet of chips and chocolate. And lots of it, and it's been going on for months, for quite a few months. I'm really craving this kind of junk, but it's not really in the integrity with who I want to be. And I've been wanting to interrupt that and change that, and it hasn't been happening. So what I've been doing is actually sharing it in my Facebook community, and also with my online membership group, the Thriveroo Community. So sometimes when we share what we are working on, our challenges, or what we were going to change, our goals, then it holds us a little bit more accountable as well to getting started. So this time I really want to stick this out, right? I really want to make a change again and get back to making some healthier choices again. So this is going to be my theme for the month. So if you've been around me for a little while, you know that I generally choose one thing each month that I work on and I focus on. Next month it's going to be something different, and things like making healthy choices, that's a theme for the months that I pick many times, and that's okay, because as we heal, I see it as a spiral. We're going around, but it's a slight upward, and we revisit things over and over and over again. Patience is something that I've been revisiting lots of times, right? But healthy choices is what it is this month for me. So I'm making a promise to myself that this month I'm making healthier choices. And I'm asking you, I'm inviting you to join me on this. And it doesn't have to be food for you, right? It's a promise that you make for yourself, something that you want to change in your life. Perhaps for you it is watching one less Netflix series, or watching or doing video games perhaps an hour less than you have been doing, or scrolling on social media less, whatever it is there. Or you want to go for a walk, or instead of sitting on the couch you're going to go outside and sit on a hammock. Whatever that is for you, but what are you going to promise yourself? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm really curious, because when we're sharing, the commitment level already goes up, and we made it, it's public. And as we share it, I also invite you, especially in the Facebook group or in the Thriveroo Community. So the Facebook group is my free group, so anyone can join it, and I'm going to put the link down below as well. And the Thriveroo Community is a paid community, but in that community we also have we actually have 4 Zoom calls every single week. So we get together and we can have a conversation around if you get stuck somewhere, if there's a lot of resistance, or you really find you're beating up on yourself really badly when things don't go the way you think. Like if you said no chocolate and you had chocolate, and then that critical voice gets so intense. So in the Thriveroo Community we can support each other through, and can talk about what to do with those chattering voice, that critical voice that we have there, right? So the community support can really help them. But what we also do, I invite you to do, is to post some photos as well. Like I posted today a photo of some shopping bags. Like went to the markets and I bought myself some vegetables and fruits, because I know if I'm prepped, this is one of my hacks, if you're struggling with food, because I had eating disorders for so many years. If I'm prepped, it's much better, because it's then quick, accessible, right? If I come home and I'm hungry and I have to kind of start meal prepping and it feels like it's taking too long, that's when I snack on things that are not healthy. But if everything's prepared, now you should prepare about 5 days in advance. So I cook my vegetables, I steam them, or I cut them, I portion them, so it's ready to go, right? right? And it makes it so much easier and kind of fun. I find it fun to do this. So when we're sharing photos, that reminds us, you know, for you it might be the walk, but if you take a picture of something you see on the walk and sharing that this is part of your promise, that reminds all of us, oh, the promise, right? Let me get back into it in case you fell off the wagon. And let that be okay. There's no way. We cannot lose. We cannot be a failure. We cannot fail this. And here is why. If you go in and there is a day you missed, let that be an opportunity for you to sprinkle yourself with some loving kindness. Show some compassion towards yourself. Right? Because that biggest part for the healing, isn't it? That switch in how we relate to ourselves, how we treat ourselves, how we see ourselves in those moments when we didn't quite perform how we hoped or wished or anticipated, right? And we're giving ourselves a hard time. Instead of giving ourselves a hard time, it's like, that's a learning opportunity. What happened here? Oh, okay. I went to the shops and I was really hungry. That's a red flag for me. Like going to the best time for me to go shopping is kind of after lunch, after I just had a meal and I'm not hungry. But when I'm hungry, I'll come home with stuff I really don't want to have in the cupboards. If it's not in the cupboard, I'm not tempted to eat it. It's so much easier to make healthy choices if there's no chocolate in the cupboard, right? So it's a learning opportunity when we slipped, and it's an opportunity for us to show compassion towards ourselves. It's okay. It's not about getting it right every single day of this month. I still got chocolate in the cupboard and I'm going to eat it. Right? I know that, and that is okay. It's not about that perfectness, right? This black and white. It's one day. If you do it one day of this month, it's better than no day. It's a win. That's it. That's the motto for us. Okay? Well, if you do it one day, it's a win, and we're going to celebrate, and you're going to share with us, and we can lift each other up and inspire each other and motivate each other and hold space for each other too when things don't quite go the way we are, and remind ourselves that we want to sprinkle some loving kindness for ourselves there. So this is a promise towards ourselves, right? So it's not for anyone else. It's just for yourself. So will you join me? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments down below. But as always, sending you lots and lots of love and rainbows to brighten up the tough times just a little. See you guys. Bye.